starting the C programming language, we should know about how this, what is the meaning of C? Okay, what do you
Okay.
mean by that C programming? So
Okay.
do you have any idea of any language that what are there, what are the types of C are there?
Yes, ma'am.
Like what are the, like in these days, what are the languages are there that we can run in our computer? Do you have any idea about language programming?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what are they?
Actually, programming means just instruction. The some what should we do through machine?
No, I mean to say that what do you mean by language? Okay,
Okay.
language that only understand the by computer. Okay, then which
Hmm.
is only understand by C, which is understand by only system. So
Okay.
there are many language like C programming, Python, Java,
Yes.
C++.
Yes, ma'am. Hmm.
These are called language. Okay.
Okay.
So, but in today's sessions, we learn about the C language,
Yes.
or we call C programming also.
Okay.
Okay. So
Okay,
what
ma'am.
we can do by using C programming? Okay.
Hmm.
What can we do by using C programming? We can
Hmm.
develop our system like web development, or
Okay.
we can manage like an immediate system also. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So before we start, we should know about how a C programming is organized, just like a building need a proper structure. Okay.
Okay. Okay, ma'am.
So for SC programming, we need a proper structure. So each sections of the program has its own purpose and importance. Okay,
Hmm.
like phone, we are using phone. Okay, so for
Hmm.
the camera, for clicking the pictures, we
Hmm.
click in a camera, right?
Hmm.
So that's how the C programming also work, like as a functions. Okay,
Hmm. Hmm.
like command. We give a command, then it will run to the machines. Okay.
Hmm.
So we knew that we'll run today in this class about the structure of C programming and the silent features of C.
Okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
So do you have any idea about C programming?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Not me.
So it's new for you, right?
Yes.
Okay. You didn't have done
No,
your
not
BCA?
new, ma'am. Actually,
Huh?
I have completed BCA
Oh, BCA.
and
Okay.
BCA and then MSc in computer science. Actually,
MSc.
just MSc in computer science.
Okay.
Year 2011, I completed my MSc in computer science.
So you might be have studied about C and Python and also
No, no, C only. That time
only
Python, not Python.
not there. Okay, okay, I got it. Okay, so C, like in language first was the barrier was C. After that C plus plus,
Hmm.
and nowadays people are using for easy process. They are using the Python program. Okay,
Hmm.
so it's a similar kind of related to C programming. It's all about the language. So C is it's kind of a language that which can work in a computer system, which we give the instruction and the language it will instruct it in a proper way so that the answer or number we can get it easily in a proper way.
Hmm.
Okay,
Okay.
so now let's have study understand the structure of a C program. Okay,
Hmm.
step by step. So you can see in this, I'm sharing this, notebook. Can you see the notebook?
Yes, sir.
Can you see? Okay. See, here in a documentation sections, what do you mean by that? Okay. So first of all, the first sections in these document sections, it will contain comment about the program. Example, we can say CIED, or you can give your name also. Okay.
Hmm.
So before any starting our program, we should write a CID. That means you are giving your ID. Okay, you're giving a ID to a machine or instructions.
Hmm.
Okay, just like we are using phone, for that we need to give charge, and for that whenever we want to power off or power button off, we need to calculate for that, right?
Hmm.
Then we give a some comment for that. So that's how the C structure also have some functions or like some operation sections. Okay, for
Yes.
documentation sections we are using CID. That we can use any home name like common help programmer to understand the purpose of the program. Okay,
Hmm.
so like for the link sections here, link sections, that means the link section is used to include the header file. Okay, header
Hmm.
file required for the program to show the input or output. See, like example, whenever you want to put in a lab mean, we have to some input the functions, right?
Okay, ma'am.
We have to give the input functions. After that, after putting, we'll see the output sections. So for that, we are using the studio, STISTDIOH. Okay,
Hmm.
that has the content, that has content, input and output functions. Okay,
Hmm.
got it?
Yes, ma'am.
For any writing of any language programming in C programming, first of all, we need to start with the documentation
Document
sections.
section.
Okay. For that functions, we have to write CID equal to your name or any file name. Okay.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
After that, what will happen? The
Link
second
section.
options will be the link sections. Okay.
Hmm.
So the link sections will be used for to include the header files for the program. Okay, without header files, the C will be not run. Okay, so the header file will include studio.h that has content that is used for the input and output functions. Okay, after that, after studio, we'll come to the print app. Here, print app means what? Can you tell
Print.
me meaning of print app?
Print some output or note.
Yes, to display the output. Okay, whatever we are putting the input, to display this input, to display any input of the numbers. Okay, so
Yes, ma'am.
same it is print and scanf come from this header file. Okay,
Yes.
so without including the header files, we can't even predefine the functions. Okay,
Hmm.
like take as an example, like we are opening a laptop or CPU. Okay, so for
Hmm.
that, what should be open? What should be the functions? What will be the first functions to open the computer?
Switch on the
Power button, right?
button, power button.
The
Yes.
power button is the main to
Main.
open the our laptop, right? Laptop
Hmm.
or computer, first of all. So, like by this way, the how to start, whenever you have to write a C programming, then we should write a CID, that means a directions of file, that we are giving the directions files. Okay, documentation sections. After that, the link sections and definition sections. Okay, so in definition sections, see here in definition sections, what we'll write that it's define the section used to define the constant. Okay. Instead
Yes.
of writing the same value repeatedly, we assign it as a name. Example like I'm giving here like P1, P2, P3. Okay, I'm representing three
Hmm.
items. Okay. As a P1, P2, P3.
Okay.
So instead of writing the same value, repeatedly we assign it name as a P1, P2. Okay. So
Okay,
this
ma'am.
section is used for to defining the sections of the person or of anything. Okay. Can you get it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, so we have, so we know what are the sections. Okay, what are the sections there? First is documentation section.
Documentation. Next is
Link
link
section,
section. Second, third
documentation
is
section,
definition section.
and now for global declaration sections.
Global
Okay,
declaration.
so in documentation section, what's there? It's a variable declared outside all the functions are called the global variables. Okay, now
Hmm.
what do you mean by variable here?
Variable like a some content.
Some content,
Uh,
like variables, it can be a number, like it can be numbers or it can be an alphabet also, right?
yes, yes.
So instead of numbers in C programming, we use as a variable. Okay.
Hmm.
So variable, what happened? Variables declared outside that all functions are equal global variable. So this variable can be accessed throughout the program. Okay. Example like int x. Int means what here? Integer.
Integer.
Okay. Okay,
Hmm.
int means here integer. I will share the I will share in the next class about the this program. Okay. Okay. Now we come to the main function sections. Okay.
Hmm.
Now what do you mean by the main functions? Okay. What do you mean by main functions? It's the most important part of the this C program, because of these executions always start from the
Start from
main
main
function.
function.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you telling something?
No, ma'am. Right. All functions start from main function.
Okay. Yes. So all the program will be starting from the in main functions. Okay.
Hmm. Hmm.
So that's why it's the most important part of in the C program. So before executions, always start from the main
Main
function.
function.
Like without main functions, we cannot execute the program. So that's why whenever we have to execute the program, the main function is very important. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
After that, what sections come? The declaration part. Okay. In this part, we'll tell about the what variable should be using them. Okay. What variable should be stored. Example
Hmm.
like I have sent there in. In it will be equal to a comma b. What it
Hmm.
means that I am putting the something variable that will be shown in the output. Okay.
Hmm. Hmm.
So that for that, in the declaration part, it shows that the declare variable before the
Very.
using them.
Yes.
Example, like we are storing some data in a variable format. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Now come to the executable part. So now what do you mean by executable part? Any idea?
Just process the program
Yeah, we can
to
say the executor means after processing the data, like means we show the output. Okay, we get the output or the calculations part.
Hmm.
Okay, example like
Hmm.
execute this code. That means what? We are already processing. After that, we finding the output. Like so,
Yes.
the executor part which contain the statement that perform the actual operation like input, output, and the calculations part. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Now come to the sub-program sections. So what do you mean by this? Void, have you heard about the void display? Void display, print, hello.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay. So these sections contain the user-defined functions. Okay. That what function is trying to tell about the to the system. Example like now I want to calculate some numbers. Okay. So what
Hmm.
happens? These main sections will tell you that this program should be the divided into the last program so that into it a small manageable part. Okay. So whenever you want to calculate the numbers and not in the calculate, like we have to give a many inputs, right? So what
Okay.
happened in the C programming, it's take into a smaller portion so that it can be manageable part. So it can be easy to understand. Okay. So
Okay.
that's we call the subprogramming sections that we call void display as well as print hello. Okay.
Hmm.
Are you getting my? Are you getting?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Okay,
Sure. Sure,
regarding
ma'am.
this structure of C program. Okay. So you should keep it mind this line import. This is the main important topics of C programming. First is documentation sections, link sections, definition sections, and global declaration
Global.
sections. Okay. So
Okay.
these are the main topic of the C program. So now let's move to the another part, that is silent features of C. Okay.
Hmm.
So C language boasts the several defining characters that have the property with the programming landscape. So it's basically nothing how this C program is working. Okay. So what do you mean by here
Yes, ma'am.
What do you mean by small c size here? So small size means here C language is small and simple, so program can be written in the efficiency. Okay, so that's why the C programming is used. Now come to the extensive use of functions. Now what do you mean by functions? Can you tell me? Functions क्या होता है? Okay. Okay. Functions is something like you are giving some command, okay? Like it can be include if else, okay? So C support the functions which improve the code, okay? Which improve the so that it can be manageable in a proper way. In that way, that user can be easy to access for that, okay? Hello.
Ma'am. Carry on. Ma'am, please.
Yes. Yes. Anything problem?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And another is structural language. Okay. Structural language. What do you mean by that? So C follow the structural programming, making the program easy to read and maintain. Okay. Structural language means that for every functions, the C is using the some functions that we are easy to able to readable and maintenance for the users. Okay. So low level bitwise programming ability, it means that C allows the direct interactions with memory and hardware. Okay. Instead of using any documentations, C allow us to direct interactions with memory and hardware. Okay.
Okay.
So that's why C is called low level bitwise programming ability.
Sure.
Okay.
Hmm.
Now come to the pointer implementations. Now what do you mean by pointer implementations? Okay. So pointers are the one of the most powerful features in a C. So they store the memory address and help in a efficient memory management. Okay. So every language have some storage. Okay. To store some or to process the data. Okay. So in this pointer implementations, the every pointer has the memory management, array, structure, and functions. Okay. So now you can ask me what do you mean by array? Yeah.
Okay.
Have you heard about the array?
Array means some like a variable just contain sequentially contain some data.
Yeah. So it's basically it stored the some data or variable. Okay, in an array that is called array. Okay. So C provide this or array and loops. Okay. So now come to the high levels constructions, which provide the which provide the loop, array, functions, and structure. Okay. So now what do you mean by functions? I told you earlier that function is something that we are giving some command to the machines, that you have to do this one and like that. Okay.
Yes,
Now,
yes.
so for that we need some function. An array means we are storing the data in array way or in a loop way. Okay.
Hmm.
Now come to the handling lower level activities. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by handling lower level activities? So C is like widely used in a system programming, and that is used in the immediate system. Have you heard about the immediate system, Anu?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you heard about the immediate system?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so embedded system it's a system like it has own operating system. Okay, that doesn't depend on any other devices. So
Okay,
basically, it uses for in to make some like it used in a mic washing machine or microwave. Okay, it doesn't
okay,
need any help because it's automatically machines that is used in a embedded system. So
okay.
this C programming you are using in a embedded C also. Okay, so when you're going to be in higher, when you're studying for the higher study, we'll get this subject for the immediate system. Okay,
Hmm.
so let's keep that topic inside. So embedded systems is also a part of the C programming because it allows the direct manipulations of the hardware. Okay, because
Okay,
of that, because of using that embedded system, we don't require any hardware, any outsider hardware because embedded system has their own hardware and operating system also. Okay, so C allow the embedded system to allow the direct manipulations of how to interact with the hardware. Okay.
okay.
Okay, now let's go to the another point, that is efficient program output. So what do you mean by efficient? Produce highly efficient program due to the close to hardware approach. Okay. See, C program are the fast and memory efficient. Okay.
Hmm.
So like other language like Java and all, they have the lengthy process to process the data. Okay, but in case of the C program are very fast and more efficient way to store the data. So that's why we call the C is a efficient programming output. Okay.
Okay.
So last is cross-platform completions. That means what? C programming can run on a different operating system. Okay, without any modifications. Like some of languages are there like Python, Java. That are have to be given in a separate software. Okay, we have to run in a
Hmm.
separate software.
Hmm.
But for C program, we can run in any operating system. Okay, cross-platform completion. Okay, can you tell me now what is C programming? Anu, hello.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes,
Hello.
can you tell me about how to execute the start in C?
See the system
What
program.
will be the first step to execute the C programming? Okay, I have told you earlier that to execute the C programming, first of all, we need to write the what direction documentation sections. Okay, without that, the C will be not executed. Okay. Now, what is the purpose of include studio and .h? Can you tell me what is the purpose of include studio?
Ma'am, input function.
Include
Hello.
studio. Have you heard about this one? Include studio.
No, some have some
Okay.
confusion, ma'am.
I told you before. I tell. Okay. So include studio. It means the header of the files. Okay. This is the header of the file. So because of that, the C cannot be executed. So it's contain the input and output functions. Okay.
Ma'am,
Okay. Now tell me, what do you mean by functions? Why do you use functions?
functions mean contain some command to
Command.
execute.
Yes. Yes. We give the functions to give a command to execute anything. Okay. So telling the function. Okay. Now what is mean of global variable? What do you mean by global variable?
It's accept some data for all function.
All functions. Okay.
Hello.
Yes, I'm here. Yes.
Hello.
Yes. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, you are audible to me. Yes. Tell.
Hello.
Hello. Yes. So global variable is it's accepted by everyone. Okay. Now let's go to the C programming development environment. Okay. So for that, every language have some environment. Okay. To functioning for every language there has a environment, and for C also there has a parts of different parts of there, that is editor, preprocessor, compiler, ring, loader, and CPU. Okay, can you see the display?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you just write it down. Okay, about the programming development environment. So every language there should be contain a environment for developing a C programming. There is a environment. Okay. So for that, first of all, we need to connect the library stand. For that, that's how the C will develop a programming. Okay. Okay. For that, C programming typically goes to the six phases to be executed. Okay. First one is creating a program. Have you heard about the Visual Studio Code?
Yes, ma'am.
Where? uh, What is the purpose of using Visual Studio Code?
Visual Studio Code is a software of programming. We can create anything like websites, software,
Okay.
web pages,
Okay.
or run the
What?
code.
Okay. So what language can we run there? What are language we can use there?
Multiple language. It is
Multiple.
C, C++, Python, HTML, PH, then
So,
CSS,
okay, good.
and we can
So,
run multiple language at the same
yes,
time.
we can run. So these
But
are, yes. So these are environment, okay? Environment to develop a language. So in this platform, or we can say in this environment, in this software, we can learn the multiple language. Example like C++, Java, Python, JavaScript, or C program. Okay. So this Visual Studio Code is mainly um, made for the to run many languages. Okay. So for that, first of all, we know that Visual Studio Code is the environment to run a C program. Okay. Now go to the pre-processing and compiling a C program. So now, what do you mean by pre-processing and compiling C program? Okay. So What do you mean by compiling? Compiling, compiling का meaning क्या हो सकता है?
कंपाइलर का
Compiling,
कंपाइलिंग
compiling, compiling.
कंपाइलिंग और कंपाइलिंग
Yes.
आई डोंट नो
So compiling means is nothing is simple. The compiler translates the C programming into machine language code. Okay. So whenever we put some data, okay, so the machines cannot understand our language. Okay, the machine should be instructed in their own language. So for that, the machines compile translate into a machine language so that the machines can understand the object code. Okay, you can see in this line, the compiler translate the C programming into a machine language code, also known as object code. So before the transition phase, first of all, what is the first phase? That is pre-process program. Okay, that which means the system will be automatically execute the program. Okay, so for that, what will happen? First of all, the machine language, the code will be converted into the machine language. Okay, machine code. So after that, we'll get the executions part. Okay. So for that, this manipulation is compiling involving including other files within the files being compiled and performing the text replacement. Okay. So, hello, are you there?
यस मैम
Okay. So you get some knowledge, right, about C programming, how
या
how,
मैम
this, how to create a program or in which environment we can write the C program. So
यस मैम
everyone having laptop, right?
यस मैम
Okay. So for to run a C program, you download a Visual Studio Code. Okay, where we can run this our C program. So for that, you should use your Visual Studio Code. Okay. So in next class, I will show you how to run the code. Okay. So time for till now, you should store you should download this software that is Visual Studio Code. Okay.
ओके मैम
So the phase two is pre-processing. Okay, pre-processing means here we pre-processing the code to turn into a machine language code. Okay, after compiling them, we'll get the output. So the compiler convert the C programming into a language code. Okay, without the syntax error. So when the compilers encounter a statement, the language rule cannot be recognized. Okay, due to some functions error, by adding the locality functions, we will be saying what function, in which part cannot be run. Then the machine will show the error part that it cannot be executed, or it can show the compile time error. Okay. So for that, to run the C programming, you have to download this software. Okay, everyone write down the Visual Studio Code is the software to run the program. Okay, so these are the steps how to install this software. Okay, can you see the screen?
यस
Yes,
मैम
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So that's how it will work. Okay, for the everyone is using Windows or Mac. So for the window, you need to install for the 61-bit and 34. Okay, for the system installer. So that's how it will be run. Okay. So next by next, the selections will be That to install the to show the entire path, the installers may offer the additional tasks. Okay, for creating the desktop shortcut. So you have to put the next step. By that, how you have to click the installations button. Okay, and that's how we will complete the installations. Okay. Everyone got it right? How now we got it about the how to install this software. So this is how this how will be look. Okay, the Visual Studio Code will be look like this. Okay, so that's how it will be finished to install the code. Okay, so after the installations, we'll see the here put on run on a Windows system. Okay, if you're using the Windows system, then it will show as a visit as like this. Okay. Okay, now write it down. You can write down what is C program. Okay, can you tell me what is C programming now? Yes, class.
Hello, am I audible, ma'am?
Can you tell me what is C programming now?
C programming is a general purpose programming language or low level programming language. Right.
Okay, I will tell you. C programming is a collection of instructions written to perform a specific task. Okay, and these instructions are written in the form of the statement. Okay, that's why we are telling that statement is very important in C programming. So now you all know why we are using C programming and what is the importance of C programming. What we can do by using C programming. Can anyone tell me? Okay. So C programming is basically easy language which is used for the mobile applications or anything that we anything like website, for making the website or for the gaming purpose. Okay, so for that we need a programming language that we can use, we can create by using C programming. Okay, so the programming is the process of writing the instructions for a computer to perform a specific task. Okay, so it's a communications between computer using a programming language. Okay, communications between a computer and a machine. Okay, do you have any questions? Yes, anyone is there?